Ephert, a very good evening to you. I'm sure you'll be able to hear me now. Can you elaborate on the arrest of the health minister in Zimbabwe? What is this in connection with?
Well, good evening, Griselda. Yes, indeed, I can confirm. I just spoke to the spokesperson for the Zimbabwe Anti-Corruption Commission, Commissioner John Makamure, who confirmed to me that they have indeed picked up the health minister. He is currently being held at Rhodesville Police Station. This is in connection with a series of tenders that have been issued by his ministry, in the procurement of COVID-19 related material, PPEs, and stuff like that. This is in connection with two separate companies, one called Drugs, which really is still people are trying to establish where it is based and who runs Drugs, and another Namibian company called Jaji, which is also under investigation there in Namibia for fraudulent activities.
I also understand that there was a company that was linked to the current president's son, whose directors, Ephert, were also arrested. Just give us some details pertaining to that. Is that company somewhat linked to this investigation? Just tell us more.
Yes, the company is indeed linked to the investigation. The company, like I indicated earlier on, is the one that's called Drugs, where from investigations or from reports that we are receiving, this company is just a few months old. It's not very, an established company, and it's not even a pharmaceutical company. It does not produce medical equipment or medical sundries, but it got a tender to supply medical equipment to Zimbabwe for the COVID-19 pandemic.
So is anything being said about the current president's son in Zimbabwe, whether there's an investigation into him at this stage, because this company is linked to him and the directors of that company have already been arrested? Any word about the president's son?
There's no word regarding the president's son, but I can confirm that one of the directors or the representative here in Zimbabwe was picked up last week by the police. He is currently in custody as we speak. But the president's son did issue a press statement about a week or so back, disowning his links to the company, disowning his links even to any deals that were done by this company on behalf of the government, or any links between him and the company, or any links between him and the government.
And since then, have there been any calls for his arrest, or have authorities said anything about a further investigation into his alleged links, even though he has now distanced himself?
Well, the calls are coming mostly on people on social media. When people vent their views or when people express their views on social media, they are calling for his arrest. But last week we also saw the ZANU-PF spokesperson, Patrick Chinamasa, defending the entire First family, saying that these people are out to tarnish the image of the First family. So the only officials that have spoken so far are those from ZANU-PF who are trying to defend the president and his family. 2 days ago, the MDC spokesperson Fadzai Mahere called for the arrest of the Minister Moyo and the president's son, but only that's as far as the official, or that's as far as high-ranking officials have spoken on this matter.
Ephert, just finally, when is the health minister due to appear in court, or has he appeared in court already?
He was picked up this evening, so we suspect that he will appear in court any time over the weekend. Most probably it will be tomorrow or maybe early Sunday morning, but it has to be done within a very short space of time. Once you are arrested, the law says you have to appear in court within 48 hours, so we expect him to appear in court anytime between then.
All right, Ephert, just very quickly again, I know we've really run out of time. I'm going to get into so much trouble here. But do we know how much this alleged fraud and corruption in terms of the amount is being investigated at this stage?
Well, remember, these are different tenders at different points in time. They started off in 2019, way before the coronavirus pandemic.
Right.
But we understand there was a $42 million tender. There is another 60 million. So really the figures we yet to hear once the charges have been formally pressed against the minister.
Ephert, thank you very much indeed for joining us here on The Full View. SABC correspondent in Harare, Zimbabwe, Ephert Musekiwa, with some breaking news there. The Minister of Health in that country has been arrested for alleged fraud and corruption. He was picked up this evening, according to Ephert there, and it's understood that he will appear in court shortly, perhaps on Monday, if I heard Ephert Musekiwa correctly there. That's some breaking news coming out of Zimbabwe, and the president's son in that country distancing himself from the company which is linked to this alleged corruption in a statement, according to Ephert Musekiwa. But the directors of that company have since been arrested sometime last week. Let's move on.